Welcome back to the Madden Ultimate Team Experience. We have a special guest this week. We are joined by Kuki Kookaburra. Love your background, by the way, sir. Thank you for joining with us. Wes had some stuff come up this week, so we did say we'd get some special guests, and we have a good one this week. And of course, I'm joined with Retro Yimmy and the Animal 916. We've got a lot to cover this week, gentlemen. We're going to try to fly through this at the seat of our pants. I'm going to start off right away with Yimmy. Let's talk about the events. I know we were talking about how now there are full games and the rewards are not as good. Tell me about that.
No, very much so. So when the first rounds of events came on, it was like half games. In the first to 28 points wins, and you got like 30,000 coins for going 9-0. Now it's to a point where you have to. I think you have to still go like 5-0 or 6-0, something like that, compared to with based on the head-to-head event, and the rewards are not worth it. And the CPU mode just got a little sweatier, and yeah, they're full games. And then same thing with the head-to-head event. Those are full games, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, why am I playing this? I'll just play regular head-to-head because they're still forcing you to play on all pro mode, which we all know is terrible. So
And this one's
Animal,
worse
how did
too.
your events go?
Well, it was really good. I sweated my absolute dick off to go 5-0. Um uh Not realizing you had to go 5-0 five separate times. So I 5-0 to get a
Wow.
76 plus event pack, and it was a 76. So it was like, I don't know, 2.5 hours of just sweating and grinding and playing for my life to get a 76 overall. So yeah, that horribly disheartening.
I feel like every time I look at events, I usually check in with you guys, and it seems consistent that it's not worth the time. There was one that Yimmy did at the beginning of the year. I was like, I'm gonna play this, and I saw his results. I'm like, I'm not gonna play this. Kugi, did you dabble in events at all or no?
Yeah, I did actually. I tried to match up with Retro Yimmy on a game and ended up playing
yeah, I
a
did.
pet.
I lost my game 5. Yeah. So
I ended up playing a guy and I was just gonna quit, but I was like, you know what, screw that. Like I'm running the game. I'm not gonna let this guy get out easy. And I ended up playing the whole damn game and beating him at the end. So I played the events, but I agree with Yimmy that there's not much of a reward and there's too much of a mental risk to go in and play some of those games. I mean, you might as well, like Jimmy said, if you're going to play all pro, just jump into the damn regular season. So, but
the coin
Yeah,
rewards are gonna
that's
be
it's
better.
tough. You want to feel like you're being rewarded for the time spending you're playing the game. Obviously, on that same note, Kuki, I'm going to go back to you on the rank stuff. Do you think that the rank games should be shorter compared to the head-to-head stuff?
no, I think it's actually really good the rank seasons, and the reason I say that is because um the win rewards better than the loss reward. So you have, and like I'm not an animal, and I'm more like you, Swain. You'll play a bunch, but Animal and Yumi, they play a lot of games, and they can
A
play a lot of
lot.
games on their streams, which is fun for us to watch, obviously. But somebody like me and you on the casual, we can go in since there's multiple days or even a couple months. It might be shorter next season or whatever, but I've really enjoyed. I've gone in, won a game or two. Maybe I'll win my first game or two, and we still got like a month left, and I'm already at almost elite 3, and I've kind of played just a game a day. So for the casual Madden
Yeah.
gamer, and of course I'm always going to say uh, it's way better that your opponent doesn't know what the hell you ran the play before that. And I'm really big on that. Like I just cannot. It just drives me crazy. Like if they could figure it out on their own, cool. But if the it shouldn't have Madden telling my opponent what I ran consistently so they can set up a defense for it. So,
For sure.
but I've really
If you
enjoyed
guys
it.
don't
Yeah.
know, Kuki and I are literally in Discord all the time together, and we usually play a game a night or every other night, and it's actually been really fun that way. How's it been going for you, Yumi? Ranked, and do you think the game should be shorter?
I've been done with ranked for almost a month now. So I got to champion one within, I would say, like 10 days of rank going live. So now I'm just like, well, I got, so for me, it's trying to find other things to play. And, like I said, I was trying this event thing and they went to full games and I'm like, so now they got me into head-to-head season. So it's like, well, if this is all I got, then this is all I got. So I have no choice. All Madden seasons would be great if they brought that back, or at least last year we had much champs that we could fall back on. So I would separate my time in between doing MUT champs and doing ranked last year, where this year there's no MUT champs. So it's like, well, once your ranked is done,
Ruh-roh.
pro seasons.
Okay. Animal, how about you? How about you for the rank stuff? You think
I
the
think the
game
ga-
should be shorter?
I think the game length's fine. I think the length of time that the ranked season lasts is too long. Like
Right.
40 days is excessive because
Yeah,
like Gimme
that
said, I've been
that's
done too. I hit champion one around the same time, and now it's like if I want to play, the only way you can play all Madden is in ranked. So if I want to play in all Madden, I have to risk losing my champion one, and potentially dropping down, and or play to champion 2 or 3, which
For
it's
sure.
just it's just frustrating in that regard. We need another mode for all Madden because
Yeah.
that's it right now. It's the only one. It's the only way you
Yeah.
play.
I definitely agree. I think we do need a new game mode of all Madden. I've been begging and pleading. I'm never gonna win, but I'd love to see an all Madden with no abilities, no X factors, just to straight get in there, see what you can do. But of course, we'd love to see draft mode as well. On that same topic, I'm looking at my screen right now. Season 1 ends at archives in 7 days, 9 hours and 3 minutes. It seems I gotta say, it seems about right. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
the game's been out about a month, and it's actually been almost 2 months, believe it or not. Um, I will say that yes, I'm glad we're getting a new season. Obviously, ranked, I feel like we can all mutually agree. I think it should be faster. With season 2 right around the corner, I'm gonna go start with you, Animal. What do you want to see in season 2? What do you want to see differently, specifically on this season coming up next, compared to season 1?
Yeah, so I'm excited about season 2. Yeah, you said it's about right. It's about right. Everybody's kind of getting done,
Mhm.
objective wise, to get to the max level at a pretty good pace. I think they did a good job pacing that out this year. I think, or this the first season, and I really think that the rewards you get, those cards you can get, the Higgins and the Mac, those are all super top end usable, very good cards. And if you're smart and didn't gamble away all your things on loading packs or boomer bust packs, you got 5 really good starters that
Yeah.
will get all team chems and can be on your team. So I'm hoping they kind of just duplicate that and where it's all team chems, because again, with having be able to have 60 theme, a 60 theme team at launch is crazy, and I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just looking for more content. Ideally, some of those game modes like you're talking about, draft or all Madden or something else to do. Because yeah, the problem is right now is like kind of just stuck. There's not a lot to do right now because it's the end of the season. We're waiting for new
Right.
objectives, new things to grind for. So I'm excited to find something else to grind for. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Awesome. Yimmy picked some because I got early release, and let me tell you, when you're max level like 2 weeks for all your friends, it sucks. It was awesome, but now I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? On that note, Yimmy, I'm gonna go to you. Season 2. What do you want to see? What do you want to see? What are you hoping
Well,
for?
I know it was rumored at the beginning of the year when they did the deep dive that we were supposed to get alternate jerseys starting in season 2. So that's really
Mhm.
what I'm hoping for now,
Yeah.
to see a bunch of those. And I know they put the rivalry jerseys into rags, so I would actually love to see those in Ultimate Team. The Bills jerseys looked amazing. Just to have like I always like the throwbacks, like the Walking Buffalo helmets or even like the red helmets, for the Bills. So stuff like that's always fun, but. Other than that, I agree with Animal. I know they didn't do this last year for a few seasons in between, but I would love to have like whatever the season champion cards are. Get all team chems again. That way, yeah, you can use them for your theme team. At this point, with the Redux pack for Certain. You're probably going to see a lot more theme teams out there. 50 out of 50 with those crystal players. So it would be nice that if they, continue to let you have players that you can use on the theme team.
Absolutely. Kuki, about you? What about season 2? What are you looking forward to?
I'm with Yemi. I want more jerseys for my theme team. Right now I just have one. I've had a 50-50 Texans for my whole entire Madden career. Um, and to kind of echo Yemi's point, it's the um now's the time to get your crystal people, when you go in there and um, if you want to risk $50, you can get some really good you have some really good luck with that, on the Redux packs. That would be what I'd spend my $50 on. I actually did that. But and then you actually in a lot of things the prices are coming down, for some of the for the certains and things like that due to these. So And I also like to see I'd like to see a little bit better rewards on the side gigs and the events. I think we're having yeah, we have to wait for these other cards in the head-to-head ranked, but it seems like I could see the solos being okay, but I mean, like it seems like sometimes almost the solo rewards and events is better than the head-to-head ranked. It feels like anyway, but I'd like to have some like really good card to obtain playing like these events, and I think that I'd like to just give me like a side quest outside of the regular head-to-head rank stuff. So
For sure. Anything to strive for. Anytime it seems like you can spend your time playing the game and you have something to push for, something to grind for. Like that's for me, that's what I love. I don't like hearing Animal going 25 or 5 games in a row, winning 5 and then getting that. That's not a reward. That's not being rewarded for your time. That makes you not want to play the game. I want to see more stuff like that. Speaking of boom and bust, earlier on, I did see Kookie get those Redux packs, and then I saw him pull a Barkley out of an 80 plus boom or bust. Thankfully, I didn't have enough season tickets to waste on that. I also saw Yumi pull a really good one, and then a really bad one, and then a really good one, but I did stay away from it. Last year, I feel like we got a really good McCaffrey season 1 player that got all team chems. We got a lot of other players with that, and then after that, it was dog shit. We didn't get any more all team chems. If we do next season, season 2, to wrap this up, my season 2, what I'd love to see is I'd love to see more of those cards, just like Animal said, with the all team chemistries. Give me something to grind for. I want to save my season tickets. I want to see what's going on. That would be great. Moving on to next thing, Animal. I'm going to go back to you, sir. Gameplay issues, ad catches, motion glitch is still rampant. We have fumbles and interceptions nearly impossible. We have a lot to cover on that, but let's do it quickly. Animal, tell me about gameplay issues on those
It's the
things.
stuff that, yeah, it's been the stuff that's been out since launch, and they didn't get fixed during the patch. And you're going to see it rampant in the MCS tomorrow, which is tomorrow's the MCS, which is the finals, which is exciting. So make sure you guys are watching the EA Sports channel to get your Derwin James, your 80. It's Derwin, right?
Kyle Hamilton.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
Hamilton.
Kyle
Yeah.
Hamilton, which does get
Tomato,
all
tomato.
team chems, and that's actually a W that they changed with that.
Awesome.
I will say this though,
I did
Animal.
not know the all team
I
chems. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I did find out though in the MCS, if you do the quiet the crowd motion glitch, it's a no-no. It is a no-no.
Okay.
So yeah, it's either you can cause a loss of down or possible disqualification. Um, and that's what's always annoying about it, because it's like, okay, here's things that you're not allowed to do in MCS. Well, guess what? We have to deal with it in head-to-head.
Yeah.
Because there's no regulation on that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Which sucks, but it does tell me they're not able to get rid of it, and that's why it's still there.
I think they're waiting for like a next big patch. I'm kind of hoping at the start of season 2 that they're able to put out some kind of gameplay patch when they're doing all the updates with season 2. But here's hoping, right?
Well, does the quiet the
Yeah.
crowd do anything gameplay wise? Does it affect anything at all?
Quiets
Does
the
it like
crowd.
make?
Why
I
have it?
mean, like I
Why have
really
it?
have it.
don't. Yeah.
Just nuke the entire thing. Like it doesn't give like the defense a plus, or like the offensive line +1 blocking or anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any kind of effect on the gameplay other than breaking it. So I would.
I
mean,
I cried the blues on the camera angle because I've never met anybody who adjusts their camera angle mid game, like or even during game at all. But apparently there is somebody out there who actually does it, and that's why they keep it. Kookie, I know some of the gameplay things you had. We can talk about that pretty much right now, but you were also mentioning some of the stuff on the desyncs with some of the other gameplay issues you've had. Do you want to speak on that?
Uh, yeah, of course. Like it's the desyncs have got to get better. The servers have got to get better. I don't know how many times I've gone 2 quarters and I've gotten desync, and it's just a waste of time. I'd rather take a loss than a desync. I know that sounds weird, but it just kind of pisses me off when it's like not, it's like a tie, in anything. I'm still a big believer, and I don't care what the lawsuit said a long time ago, where EA provided data regarding dynamic difficulty adjustment (DDA). I think it's in the game. You can almost feel it. Like you're on a few games in a row of a win streak. I was on a 3-game win streak. I was playing this guy, and no business. I was, you know, not like I don't. He wasn't that good. I'll put it that way. I'm not saying I'm like kick ass or anything, but like you just felt goofy shit happening in the game, to where like you would just swat the ball, drop random picks. Your guys would get beat, even though you're shading outside like horribly on outside coverage and man, and then you would just you know, just guys would go out of position or be slower. You would get just trucked like for no reason. And so I feel like there is an aspect to that, and so to me, those are the two things that really bother me. I don't know why it's 2025 and we have these continuous server problems. I could go to any other game. I never had these issues, but it's something I feel like I wish they would look into. I will say, I know I said a bunch of negative, but on the positive side, I am pleased with EA and how fast the menus have gone this year. I think they've done a good job in cleaning some of the really laggy menu stuff up. But to that, back to the uncompliment sandwich, there's not a lot to do in the menus. So we have like we used to have. So,
Well,
but
that's a topic for later for sure.
yeah, so that's my 2 cents on some of those things I'd like to see fixed.
Just real quick for all three of you, quick answer. How many desyncs do you think you've had this year?
10 at least.
Yimmy?
Honestly, less than that. I can only recall maybe like 2 or 3.
Animal?
But yeah.
Yeah, probably at least 12, and then a bunch of just like the desync where like the game doesn't count at all. Probably about 10 to
Yes.
12, and then the ones where the game just ends. It just like you get dashboarded or they get dashboarded. That's probably happened about 10 times as well. And
Wow.
it's just a coin
Okay.
flip whether you get the win or
I
not.
haven't had your guys' numbers, and I've played about the same as Cookie. But I was wondering if it's more of an Xbox and a PlayStation. I guess the people that would comment would let us know. If you guys are watching and listen to this, please comment. I'm curious. Some of quick thing to wrap up too. Couple things, Animal. I'm going to go back to you, sir.
Yeah.
We had a free to play weekend. Do you think that was a success or a failure?
I think it was a great success in terms
Okay.
of the fact that they did Twitch drops for the 2 days,
Mhm.
and in the Twitch drops they gave the offensive pack and the defensive pack, the starter pack, which basically gave anybody
That's
that
awesome.
played the game and watched Twitch
Yeah,
a
that's
full
great.
team to play with. So especially if you're solo grinding and whatnot, they're coming out the gates with a team that they could actually play with and compete against computer. If they happen to jump online, they're going to play nothing but demons because right now the game is in such a sweaty state right now. The people that are playing I feel like everybody's really good.
Yeah.
It's hard to find an easy game. So hopefully all the new players that came for free play weekend enjoyed their experience playing against the CPU and didn't jump into online.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends, and I think we can all mutually agree that free to play wasn't necessarily a negative anyway. Definitely a success, but I had a lot of friends and some people I work with. I was like, "Hey, Madden's free this weekend." I know I had cut the week before, and I was like, "Madden's free." It's like, "Oh, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out," and everybody seemed to enjoy it. Yemi, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna kind of go full circle on this. Additions to the game to make it a more enjoyable experience, kind of on the same lines of the free play thing. What things right now currently do you feel like, aside from the mindset of, we are all collectively running out of things to do on the game until the next season begins, but what things specifically would you like to see added to the game to make it a more enjoyable experience yourself?
I don't know what we could add more. Honestly, if one of the biggest things is if they ever brought back training rerolls, any kind of specialty program. Right now, it's just on the weekly Thursday programs. But
Mhm.
if you recall, we used to have like the AKA rerolls. We used to have the Wild Card Wednesdays when they had those. I don't think they ever had a Team of the Week re-rolls, but like just more stuff to do with like training as opposed to these mystery packs, which can be fun, but you could also lose a lot of coins that way
That's
too.
literally my next question too, as
Yeah.
we're getting into it for sure. How about you, Kugi? Additions to the game to make it more enjoyable.
This is gonna sound a little strange, maybe to some people. I have 3 things. Head-to-head 50-50 head-to-head ranked seasons, 50-50 theme team head-to-head ranked seasons where you can't even get into it unless you have a 50-50 theme team. I thought that'd
I
be
Love
fun.
that.
You would
I like
have
that.
you would have different cool matchups, you
Yeah,
wouldn't be
that
playing
would
the
be
same teams.
awesome.
I mean, yeah, you'd have some of the same, team captains or
For
whatever,
sure.
um, and on the flip side, I know this is the 2 things that you might sound weird to you all, but I'd like your thoughts on this. Your solo franchise mode to earn cosmetics into your MUT team. And I think like that might get me like, hey, maybe when I'm just not something to do, if I play my franchise mode, want to play my Texans franchise mode, and I can win a Super Bowl, I'll get some jerseys or some
Yeah.
things that I can put into MUT. And then and the other one, I didn't mind the whatever the hell the was it the 3-on-3 or whatever it was to
Mhm.
to that was actually not terrible. Like I thought it was going to be bad, but it was
The
the
6-6.
sorry, thank you, Animal.
The
Yeah,
6 on, yeah,
the
6 and 6.
6-on-6. I'd actually kind of enjoyed some of the goofiness of that to earn some things from Mutt. So those are the three things that I think they should do, kind of to mix it up. But
I think it's a great idea, Cookie. Honestly, I know MLB does where if you're willing to spend the time to play the game, you can go for home runs, you can go for strikeouts, innings pitched, you can get a tuxedo. I've seen some friends
I've
that
seen
have a
those,
tuxedo
yeah.
when they play baseball, and that doesn't give you an advantage in the game. It's strictly cosmetic. I think that's a great idea. I'd love to see EA put something like that in moving forward for sure. Absolutely. Animal, did you have anything to add to that, sir?
I know I love Cookie's suggestion, but the synergy between different modes. Give us
Yeah,
a reason to play Superstar. Give us a
for
reward
sure.
in MUT. Give us a reward in our CFMs if we're doing stuff in Superstar. Like, there's no
Yeah,
reason. Like, they have these game modes. Obviously, aren't getting rid of them, and we're not getting draft back again. Sorry, Yemi.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I love that idea, and I feel like it'd be fairly easy to implement because they already have kind of some stuff where we can get like 2
Yeah.
times. Because in the MUT path, you get like 2 times something for CF. It's like experience or something in Superstar mode. So yeah, I want to see more of that kind of stuff. That'd
Yeah.
be really awesome, honestly. And
And I feel like the four of us, we're decent at head to head. Some of us better than the others, but like I don't feel like you should be forced to play head to head. But somebody who's not good at the game, I have friends who aren't simply are not good at this game. I've tried to coach them, it doesn't work. But they should get cool stuff cosmetically if they're going to spend the time to play the game. I had over 1,000 hours on Madden last year. I had almost 1,500 hours last year. There's nothing to show for that other than me telling you guys that right now. It'd be really nice to see something for the time spent playing the game. On my topic, we're going to the death of packs and menu streaming. I'm not going to cover this too much, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. I found a random stream from 2020 where all I did the entire stream, it was re-rolls. It was around Zero Chill. We literally streamed. I say we because it's never me. It's always the BCOT. We streamed and hung out, and all we did was re-roll for 3.5 hours. And the whole purpose of my stream was to drink beer, re-roll, try to make some coins, which I did. I made about 300K, luckily, and basically convince everyone in stream that it wasn't actually Saturday. It was actually Sunday. We all had to work the next day. It was a blast. I didn't even play the game. I just sat on the menu. If you do that in today's world, today's streaming, you're going to lose all your coins. You're going to lose all your training. You're probably going to end up having to sell your team. I don't know what I personally don't know what the advantage of from EA's standpoint is of not having the availability to do that. You can't really gain anywhere on ripping packs. And if it's just amount of going to the fact of just all we have to do is spend real money to get good cards, this game's going to die a horribly slow death. Um, I'll start with Yemi and then go to Kooky and then Animal. Uh, Yemi, what are your thoughts on that?
No, you nailed it. I know actually, just being in Twitch as long as I have, there's a lot of Twitch streamers that actually basically hung it up because 90% of their content was actually like ripping packs, doing training rerolls, and a lot of them like, well, that's gone. There, we can't really do that, so I'm out. I got nothing else to do. Like, this is my content, so that kind of got ruined for them. I miss the days then too where you like, I know you get like some rewards for like when you got done playing Mutt Champs or solo battles. You got rewards like, you get rewards like immediately now or whatever, even though they're not all that great. I miss getting like the weekly packs from doing solo battles, and then actually when you finish your Mutt Champs, like if you got up to like 13 wins, 15 wins, whatever it was, you got your rewards from that. That was a lot of fun to open, and then you got monthly rewards on that too. Based on how many Mutt Champs games you played. It's like it just seems like a lot of the rewards that you used to get are gone, and yeah, it's just it's a they're trying to cover up like the way the reward system is set up now to make it seem like it's better, but overall, I don't really think it is.
with the
Miss those
passes, you
days.
mean like the
Yeah,
different passes? Yeah.
yeah.
Why does every pass have to have a damn a platinum version?
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be like that, man.
Right.
yeah.
Like it was $20 this season. The preseason to get your player card was like 15, and then it was like another 20 for season 1 just to get like a freaking Bills logo on your. It's insane. That should be $5 max. Max
Right.
$5.
Agreed.
$20 is
I'm
egregious.
For
gonna
for
go out.
something that doesn't
Yeah.
benefit your team in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form, it should
I'm-
not be more than $5.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. There was a Color Rush pack that you had to buy. Remember those black jerseys? And they had like
Yeah.
a holographic.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that to me was worth $5 or $10, whatever it cost.
Right.
But I saw somebody say this a while back, and I'll never unsee this in my brain. You should not have to spend money in Madden to prove you're a fan of your favorite team.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. If you're going to spend the time to play the game, this is exactly what I was referring to earlier. If you want us to buy, Josh fucking Allen's going to cost you and I $100 tomorrow. I don't care what he says. I don't care how many coins he has. We're probably going to end up spending $100 fucking tomorrow because we'll do it for Josh Allen because it'll help us for a while. But we should not have to spend money to prove that we're a Bills fan. And like, if we're going to sit here and play the game and spend hours on the game, we should be able to put those logos without having to spend real money. That should be part of the season pass. God dang, it just boils my blood to think of that. Two more quick things, and then we're gonna kind of wrap this up, guys. We're gonna cover on the theme teams, the 0 of 50 right now compared to last year's. I feel like last year the max was 25. It may have been 30, and then they slowly kind of increased that. Do you guys think that currently right now, I'm personally having more fun this year than I've ever had with theme teams because I have the crystals. Not everybody can afford those or has those. Hopefully that makes it more attainable for everybody. But for right now, I feel like the advantage is kind of having the theme team right now. I feel like having the theme team with the crystals, I feel like I'm relevant. And I've never felt that way this early in Madden. And I feel like moving forward, it's only going to get better. I'm going to start with you, Kiki. How do you feel this year? Not only having the 50 plus Texans theme team, but do you think that we're going to see those numbers go up from here, or do you think we're going to get more crystal players moving forward?
I think we'll get more things like the Crystal program. Honestly, I think that the theme teams are very close in nature, which I appreciate. There's a lot more things that you can associate with your own specific team, even if they're not on that team, which they never did in the past. Like, so let's be honest. My team's not going to be doesn't look like they're going to be playing great football all year. Bills are, but congratulations on the LTD, by the way. But the you know, so my thought process is right is I might need somebody like maybe like a randomly like Josh Allen getting all team chems, or somebody like a Dak Prescott getting all team chems, or somebody like maybe that might have a good season, so I can but still have my theme team and account towards that, even though yeah, it'd be cool to have some of my own players that I enjoy. But I think that yeah, I think we're going to continue to see theme teams be the thing. There's just too many fans out there that enjoy their specific team. But I will say this, and can I go make a comment back on the other thing we talked about? So this is you guys gonna laugh at this, but so I will tell everybody, when we're talking about packs in the store, and gambling is a very addictive habit. EA stock went up $40 on release date from 3 months ago. It's now going down. There is no way in the world that we're going to ever have a good reroll system again. You're going to see the stock move up. And I keep track of this because weirdly enough, you guys are going to think, I purchased some of it. Like I know when Madden's going to come out, and I know when FIFA is going to come out. And I don't think I've ever told you guys this, but I'll buy a couple of shares. I'll buy like 5 shares of EA stock in April, and then sell it in July or whatever it was, August 16th or whatever, right? So, and I'll make $500 doing that off of just nothing. And so the reroll system was great. I miss it a lot. The money is there, and the step packs are another reason why people are going to go in there and gamble money. Like
And we're going to cover step packs, just so you know. We are going to
okay,
cover that here.
yeah. I was gonna I can get it. I was gonna say whoever created that and doesn't tell you what's next should get a raise at that company, because that's
Horrible.
a trigger to somebody that's the next. You want that bonus on the wheel, right? You want what the hell is next? And so I'm sorry I'm venting about it, but I mean, is it ethical? Hell no, that shit sucks. It's not ethical. It's greedy, but we all know what we're getting into. But to you mean not to ramble, but you mean I do miss the 2020, the re-rolls, all that fun we had where you could spend 3 hours doing your stream. I could sit back and watch you do that and open presents with my children, um and just have a good time. It feels like everybody's in the same room on holidays together, and now it's kind of like, well, do we go in and play do we really want to play head to head on freaking Jesus's birthday? I don't think so, but I mean, maybe Yimmy probably would, but
I did not. No,
I'm just
I
kidding.
do not. No.
But anyway, that's my point on that. I just wanted to step in a little bit on that, kind of give my 2 cents. So
Yeah, and Animal, thoughts on step packs. While we're on it, let's do it. It's happening.
The first one is cool. You're like, oh, that's great. It was so successful. It's now ruined. They're everywhere. There's a weekly step. There's in the store right now. There's like 5 different step packs you could do.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you were to buy everything in the store possible right now, it would be like $4,000 worth of things, and that resets every week. Like, that's insanity. It's insane, and you're not even guaranteed anything. They're all 82 plus or a full one. It's not a guaranteed full one. The store is a disaster right now. I feel so bad for the menu streamers right now because there's just nothing to do unless you're spending $100 a day almost. There's literally nothing to do in the store right now.
Yeah.
And it all comes down. Hold on.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It all comes down to the B&D issue. The B&Ds are the most pointless, useless. The Nats were created because they don't want people trading farm accounts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole reason Nats were created. We should be able to but those Nat cards you can put in sets. You could put them into sets. So you'd get a B&D card from doing a solo.
Right.
You still put that 82 plus B&D into a set. Now once they switch to the B&D method, you can't do anything with them. They're just useless. It's like, oh, cool. Yeah. An 82 center that I'm never going to use. Let me get 14 training for it. Sick. It's just the B&D whole thing is really bad, and it really needs to be revamped.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You used to be able to grind out the game to get at least like 1 or 2 cards that you can then put into a set to put towards the champion. You have to use some of your coins to then get it, but you were able to do that. And yeah, with having no trade block anymore, like B&Ds are pointless. Nobody wants to work for them. And like you said too, sometimes it's like, okay, well, like this doesn't, or if it doesn't go with your theme team or whatever, it's like, well, what am I supposed to do with this? And in the field passes, they have done away with a lot of like the fantasy packs at the end. I think in last year's game, there's only like maybe like 1 or 2 programs where they actually did have a fantasy pack at the end of the field pass where you could pick a player of your choice. They don't do that a lot now. Now you get to the end, it's only like an 84 plus B&D or something like that, or it could be a full card. It's just random, and again B&D, like that's not helpful.
Yeah. To wrap that up, I have a hot take, but I will say I definitely, no disagreement. The NATs were fine. They weren't hurting anybody. The B&Ds definitely suck. On the flip side of that, and on that same topic, I was putting the B&D hate, which I'm one of those people that hate it, versus cut versus mutt. I hate getting B&Ds in mutt, but I love them in cut. And the only thing I can tell you is I know personally that in if I waited 2 months to play, which I'm not going to wait that long to play cut because I do play it almost every day. We'll see how long that lasts. I know if I stop today and I don't play college for a month, if I go in there in a month and I go on there and I start trying to get some B&D players, I'm going to get a pretty decent team
Fast
from those B&Ds. You cannot do that on Madden. You cannot get on Madden and get a bunch of B&Ds. The only thing we've seen really in Madden that I can remember for as far as B&Ds go was the 80,000 coin re-rollish kind of thing with that kicker from Jacksonville. That was not good value. Even the limited, you only got like 8,000 coins. So I like B&D kind of setup in college. I do wish it was in AT, obviously, but I feel like they need to just get rid of B&Ds and MUT, keep B&Ds in college. Let's bring back the NATs in Madden itself. Um, but yeah, I'm with you guys. The B&Ds, it just if you're gonna have a B&D system, like let me get a B&D card. Uh, give an example. Let's say 85 Josh Allen a month ago. Let me spend 250,000 coins for a B&D Josh Allen instead of spending 500 or a million coins whenever it came out. If we're willing to spend that in the store, let us buy it in the store as B&D, knowing we're going to use that card for a while. I think an NAT would be better, but uh, yeah, it's just a frustrating situation. Um, I'd love to see it change. Kookie, the last thing I had on my list, I'm going to go to you, sir. We had DDA. I don't think that that's ever going away. I think DDA is in all of us. I think we all realistically feel it. I know I've said it multiple times already this season on this show that I'm still waiting to just literally light some people up and have multiple games where I kick people's ass. Every game's a dog fight, man. Every game I get in, it's like I don't know if this guy's good. I don't know if he's bad. Okay, this guy's really good. I'm not going to beat him to the next, drive he gets. I'm like, this guy sucks. How did he even score on me? Um, if you want to touch on DDA, now is the time, sir.
Yeah, I kind of when I talked about it earlier, it's just, you just kind of know it's happening when you're in the game, and it's just one of those your receiver drops a pass, the guy misses an easy pick, like just in the flats, your user doesn't animate. There's things like that that really frustrate you as a player, especially as somebody that, spent a lot of time in the game and, hangs out with the community a lot and enjoys a lot of the content. But there's no rhyme or reason why if you're buying packs and you're spending your own money that there should be there you should not get a competitive advantage over somebody that doesn't. That's the way I feel, like you should have a competitive advantage, or if somebody that grinds more than me and they earn a better card because they got 200 whatever how many wins it takes and something to get a great card, or they go and get whatever top 100, they should have that competitive advantage over me. They put the work in, and but it's one or the other. It's not I buy all these packs and I win 4 games in a row, and then you're gonna chump me against somebody that doesn't just because he didn't, and just because he needs a win, you know. And I will never believe what I have a lot of things to be thankful for EA, giving you all great opportunities, meeting you guys, meeting a lot of people in the community. So I'm not like a complete hater. I feel like all of us can agree maybe on some point we felt it, you can feel it in the game that something doesn't seem right. And
Yeah.
no matter what evidence they prove, I don't there's a lot of people that feel the same way I do. And but they're a billion-dollar company. They can do what they want, and it's probably somewhere in that terms of service agreement when we click OK to read it, and
For sure.
and then so we're, it is what it is. I'm not going out and suing anybody over it because who cares? But I'm just gonna, it just those are the stuff I just get. I'm like, I'm like, come on, it's best to just bail out of that shit when it happens and
Well,
move forward.
it's you when you talk about that, we talk about time spent versus money spent, and I'm looking at Patrick Surtain on my screen now, and Animal and I are both just scratching and shaking our heads, going, "Man, we could have made 3 million on this asshole yesterday. Now he's a 105." But the thing is like my point is like I know EA needs to make money. I know any company that's in business has to make money, but give people an opportunity to earn Patrick Surtain by playing the game. Maybe it's 10,000 touchdowns. I don't care. Like whatever it is, maybe people that can earn him without spending real money that are going to play your game for that long, give them a B&D that's maybe one less overall. Give them some chance, and I don't ever want to feel like when I get on Madden, in order to stay relevant or be competitive, that I have to spend real money. And that's what I was saying about cut is like, I know I can get on cut right now. If I drop $100 on cut right now, there's a damn good chance I'm getting a limited B&D. There's a really, really good chance. I want guaranteed limiteds in Madden, and it's very hard to get them. I'm going to go to you, Animal, if you have to wrap up on that too.
Yeah, it goes back to there's no value in any of the packs. Like even the
Yeah.
toppers, even like the big bundles. Like if you look at the store right now, the freaking legend bundle right now it's so bad. Look at this thing.
The packs are
So
horrible. You're just paying for the topper. You're
and
just
the
paying for the
topper's not even
topper.
that good. The topper's not even that good right now. Like this is the game time one. It's a couple
Yeah.
cards and a couple back. At least I want to back. The Legends one is like it's literally like 3 cards. It's like a champion maybe with a chance at LTD, and then
Yep.
like 282 pluses and 280 pluses. You're like it just doesn't make any sense. There's just no value in anything. There's nothing guaranteed, and I just
Right.
don't. It's infuriating. It's infuriating that it's so impossible to get these limited cards. And unfortunately, we're fans of teams that are popular. So like Eagles, Bills, Cowboys, Raiders. Those are always going to be the
Raiders,
LTs because
yeah.
that's the no people are going to chase those. They're going to chase those money theme teams. So all the good cards for your favorite theme teams. Cookie, you're lucky. Texans, they're not going to allow the Texans LTs.
No.
It's a tax. You're a tax for having a popular Madden team, and it's always the LTD. It's always behind a paywall.
Yeah. Yimmy is in the other side of the country from me, but I still feel like he's going to get me sick somehow. I'm going to wrap this up for all four of us. I just wanted to point out it's September 9th. My brother turned 50 years old today. This is the best time of the
birthday.
year, boys. This is the best time of the year.
Mhm.
We have a week of NFL football under our belts. We have Madden season. We have Most Feared coming in a couple of months. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate the people out there in YouTube world that's listening to us. TikTok, Facebook, the people that see us on Twitch. Kookie, thank you for being here. Wes has had a week. I'm glad it's almost over for him. If you guys, unless you have anything else to add, I'm going to send us off and we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy.
Support
Take
these
care. Thanks,
guys.
everybody.
They support these guys. They're the best of the best in streamer. You're not just sitting watching an MCS player do nothing and not talk to his chat. They're real people that they give a shit and they're good at the game. So that's I'll leave it at that. So I'm thankful for them.
Decent
So
at the game.
I'm thankful for all them. So
Thanks for being with us, Kookie. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Yeah.
you,
Kookie.
buddy.
Yep.
Big time.
And thank you guys as always.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
see you.
Love you.
See ya.